We have already learned how to make our square toe shape. In case you don't know how to get it done or you have not seen the video, you can check our video list. Also, you're going to see it at the end of this video. After marking out the major shape of the insole, I'm just trying to make sure that this is clear enough so that you can see it. This is the main shape of the sole. So we're going to be minusing 0.3 inch around this major shape, 0.3 inch. So I'm going to be taking it around the main shape, and later I'll join the ticking, that's the measurements, to get the smaller shape that we have in mind. Right now I'm going to be joining the tickings together gradually and carefully, making sure I do it simultaneously to have a regular shape. I'm done with that. You can see how it looks. So I'm going to cut out the smaller one, which is going to be our small insole shape. And after that, we're going to mark out our insole. In this case, I'm using fiber. I'm using fiber as my insole. So after marking out your insole, you cut it out. So this is Mako 2 millimeters. You got it at the back of the fiber, and this is also Mako 2 millimeters of this shape. You can make any shape of your choice, and after that you smooth the edges of the insole so that you don't have rough edges after folding your insole. So we are going to use this fabric for this project. So immediately you have finished applying gum on the surface of your insole, you don't need to allow it to dry. You place it on the fabric. You place it on the fabric, and then you use a clean rag to gradually put the surface in order, and make sure the shapes that are supposed to appear, that you clearly make them to surface. So after that, you carefully and take your time to fold your insole. Make sure that there's no creeps that will surface on the areas that will be reviewed after the whole work is done. So carefully fold the insole. So it is time to cut out the smaller in shape, insole shape. So you see how it is going to look. This is how it is going to look. So we are going to cut it from this leather. You can use any color of your choice. It doesn't matter, just to make sure it blends with what you have in mind. So you can see I have cut out the smaller insole. So we're going to apply them now and then attach it, and after that we're going to give the insole a stitch around the edges of the smaller insole. So this is the leather we're going to be using for the pattern. So we measure 2 inch from here to here, 2 inch. That is the width. The length is going to be 12 inch. So we cut it into shape. So you can see the insole is ready. You see the stitch around the edges of the smaller insole. You see the stitch. So we are done with the insole. Right now we are going to be folding this leather with the same fabric. So we measure around to see the length of the fabric that will cover the width. So we fold our tape this way around the pattern, and we have 5 inch. We're going to cut the width 5 inch. 5 inch. So, and also remember the length is going to be 12 inch. So we measure 5 inch into 2 places. So after cutting out the 5 inch width fabric and the length 12 inch, you apply gum on the main pattern. In this case, because we are using fabric, you don't need to wait for the gum to dry. You simply place the pattern on the fabric immediately after applying your gum, and then you use your rag also to put the surface in order. So like I said, you use a clean rag to put the surface in order, make sure there's no creeps on the surface. So after that, you place a leather at the back within the joint of the folding and give it a double stitch. So we are done with the part 1. You see how it looks. We are done with the part 1. So we're going to be making a bow design for this footwear. So I'm measuring width of 4.5 inch, the width 4.5 inch, the length I can make it 12 inch. So we're going to be folding it after the cutting. So you see, we fold it into 2 and sew around this way, and after that you turn it so that the sewing will be inside. So you see how it looks, you see it. So now we're going to take the length, and we're also going to make it 4.5 inch. That is the length. So I'm going to measure 4.5 inch, and then I'm going to leave a gap before I cut it. The gap that I'm going to fold in, that is the sewing allowance. So now when I cut it off, I'm going to stock it with some of the fabric. So you put some fabric inside here, so to build up with the shape. So after that, you fold the mouth inside, fold it inside, make sure it's at the measurement, fold it inside, and then we are going to be sewing the edges here. We sew it. So you see the sewing is done. You sew on the both sides so that it will be uniform. You see, so we're going to fold it now to form the bow. So you're going to cut a stripe like this, and then you tie it at the center. Make sure you place it at the center. You tie it. You're going to knot it to give you that shape. So you knot it. Fold it into 2 to make sure it's at the center. You see, it's at the center. Then you cut off the smaller part. You're going to cut off the smaller part. Cut it off, and then you use the other side to fold the center and the knot. So you fold it continuously to an extent, and then you use a glue to key it at the back of the bow. So you use a glue to hold it at the back of the bow. You key it at the back, not at the front. So the bow is ready. You can see it. It is ready now for use. You can see that. So we're going to use the same glue to place it at the center of the pattern. We make sure it's at the center. We're going to use the same glue, so you will be very careful in order not to spill it where it's not necessary. Place it, make sure it's at the center, and then you gum the back of the bow on it. So you can see how it looks. See it? So we are done already. You can say that. So we are almost done with this project. Thank you for watching this video. I believe you have learned one or two things from it. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel if you have not, and also hit the bell icon because more videos are on the way. Thank you, have a nice day, and see you in our next video.